Every few years, Yellowstone grabs headlines with warnings of a super-eruption that could end civilization. But what if we've been looking in the wrong direction? Because buried deep beneath Earth's crust lurks a force far older, far larger, and far more destructive.
Is Yellowstone really that bad? Or could it even be worse than the headlines make it sound?
One capable of reshaping continents, triggering mass extinctions, and rewriting life on Earth as we know it. And the most terrifying part? It's happened before, and it will happen again. Yellowstone is powerful, unpredictable, and terrifying, but it isn't Earth's greatest threat. Not even close. The real danger comes from a geological process so massive it makes supervolcanoes look like firecrackers. It has rewritten the planet's history again and again, leaving nothing but ashes and extinction in its wake. Understanding this sleeping giant might be the key to surviving our own future. If we're willing to face the uncomfortable truth that has been hiding in plain sight for millions of years. Picture the most devastating volcanic eruption you can imagine. Is it Mount St. Helens blowing its top in 1980, sending ash thousands of feet into the sky? Or perhaps Vesuvius burying Pompeii in a moment, frozen in time? Maybe it's the 1815 eruption of Tambora, which plunged the world into the year without a summer, causing global famine and suffering. Now, erase that image from your mind, because even these catastrophic events are mere whispers compared to Earth's true destructive potential. When Yellowstone enters the conversation, people rightfully shudder. A single Yellowstone super-eruption would release over 1,000 times more material than Mount St. Helens. Pyroclastic flows would incinerate everything within hundreds of miles. Ash would blanket continents. Global temperatures would plummet. Modern civilization, with its fragile supply chains and interconnected systems, would face a catastrophe unlike anything in human history. And yet, Yellowstone is not the monster we should fear most. The true titans of destruction lie hidden in Earth's geological record, their evidence scattered across continents like crime scenes from prehistoric apocalypses. Scientists call them large igneous provinces, LIPS for short. These aren't volcanoes. They're something far worse. Entire regions of Earth's crust splitting open, pouring out lava continuously for tens of thousands of years. Imagine standing at the edge of one of these events. You wouldn't see a mountain exploding. You'd witness the land itself tearing apart, revealing rivers of molten rock stretching to the horizon, and it wouldn't stop after a day, or a week, or even a year. It would continue relentlessly, perhaps for your entire lifetime and beyond. To truly grasp how terrifying LIPS are, consider this escalating scale of destruction. Mount St. Helens in 1980 seemed apocalyptic. A mountain transformed into a crater in seconds, forests flattened by the blast wave, ash darkening skies across Washington state. But this was merely the opening act. The 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines was 10 times more powerful, injecting so much sulfur into the stratosphere that it cooled the entire planet by about 1 degree Fahrenheit. Global weather patterns changed overnight. Then there's the 1815 eruption of Mount Tambora, 10 times bigger than Pinatubo. Tambora's aftermath was so severe that 1816 became known as the year without a summer. Frost killed crops in June across North America and Europe. People starved. Livestock died. The world briefly glimpsed what volcanic winter truly meant. Yellowstone goes another tenfold beyond that. Its last major eruption, about 631,000 years ago, ejected so much material that it created the massive caldera we see today. a volcanic depression 30 by 45 miles across. If a similar eruption happened now, ash would bury the American West under feet of suffocating debris. Global temperatures would plunge. Modern agriculture would collapse across entire continents. But even this catastrophe, this civilization-ending event, is dwarfed by what Earth is truly capable of. The Columbia River flood basalts began pouring out around 17 million years ago. For nearly a million years, lava erupted again and again across what is now the Pacific Northwest. Some individual flows traveled hundreds of miles, reaching the Pacific Ocean. Today, you can drive through eastern Washington and see the layers of these ancient floods, each one representing a separate eruption that would have made Yellowstone look insignificant. The basalt layers reach thousands of feet thick in places, preserving a record of destruction beyond human comprehension. What could cause Earth to bleed lava on such a massive scale? The answer lies deep beneath our feet. Mantle plumes. These massive columns of superheated rock rise from near Earth's core, carrying unimaginable thermal energy upward. When a plume reaches the crust, it doesn't just build a volcano, it fundamentally breaks the continent above it, allowing magma to pour out across entire regions. Yellowstone itself is merely the current location of one such hotspot. As the North American plate slowly drifts southwest, it leaves behind a trail of ancient volcanic centers, a geological breadcrumb trail leading back to the Columbia River basalts. What we fear as Yellowstone today is just the dying ember of a far greater catastrophe. But even the Columbia River basalts pale in comparison to other LIPs in Earth's history. The Deccan Traps in India erupted over 1 million cubic kilometers of lava, enough to bury the entire United States under 500 feet of rock. And the Siberian Traps, which erupted 252 million years ago, were even larger, covering an area bigger than modern Europe. These weren't just geological events, they were extinction machines. For decades, scientists puzzled over what could possibly kill 90% of all species on Earth during the end Permian extinction, the Great Dying. The answer was hiding in the Siberian Traps. When geologists began precisely dating both the extinction and the massive lava fields, they made a chilling discovery. They matched perfectly. The same pattern appeared again and again throughout Earth's history. Mass extinctions coinciding precisely with these enormous lava outpourings. But how can regional lava flows, even massive ones, kill life globally? The answer lies not in the lava itself, but in what it releases into the atmosphere. LIPs inject unimaginable quantities of carbon dioxide, methane, sulfur compounds, and other gases into the air. The initial pulses create sudden climate shocks, warming so rapid that ecosystems cannot adapt. Oceans become acidic as they absorb excess carbon dioxide. Marine food webs collapse. On land, weather patterns destabilize. Species that evolved for specific temperature ranges suddenly find themselves in a world they're not equipped to survive. The most frightening part? We're now creating similar atmospheric changes through human activity, but at a rate that exceeds even these planetary disasters. Scientists estimate that during the Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum, a climate disaster 56 million years ago that reshaped life on Earth, carbon entered the atmosphere at just 1/4 the rate humans are pumping it out today. That slower release still triggered 4 to 6 degrees Celsius of global warming and massive ecological disruption. We have effectively created our own artificial large igneous province, not with lava, but with smokestacks, tailpipes, and industrial processes. Meanwhile, Earth's deep geological clock continues ticking. Large igneous provinces occur roughly every 10 to 30 million years. The Columbia River Basalts ended about 16 million years ago. We are statistically approaching the window when another world-altering event could begin. Yellowstone may dominate our nightmares, but it's merely a footnote in Earth's capacity for self-destruction. The true architects of apocalypse, large igneous provinces, have reshaped our planet repeatedly, driving evolution through catastrophe. They've ended worlds before. They will do it again. We cannot prevent the next LIP from eventually erupting, but we face a more immediate threat of our own creation, one that mimics these ancient disasters in its atmospheric effects. The technologies to address this exist: renewable energy, reforestation, carbon capture, and sustainable infrastructure. The question isn't whether Earth will face another planetary catastrophe, it's whether we'll learn from its violent past or become the next chapter in its long history of extinction. The choice, for now, remains ours. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow and brings you more content just like this.